So, thank you. Hello, ladies. Good afternoon, Katya, Vida.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And today I would like to start our series of teacher training seminars for rookies, because you are rookies, right? Not like rookies, but you are new. Like you're new in teaching. You don't have much teaching experience, and I would like to share some of my experience, some of my knowledge with you. And the good thing is that some other people will have a chance to watch us, to watch me, and maybe benefit from the lecture. And today, on the one hand, I'm going to give you a lecture. On the other hand, anytime you want, you can interrupt me and ask me any questions you want. So feel free. So this is not going to be like a formal kind of lecture. And today, I would like to start our series. Actually, I don't know how long it will last. Really, maybe 1 month, like 8 meetings, maybe less, maybe 3 weeks, 6, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're starting today, and it's going to be an introductory 1 hour something lecture. And I think I know what you want me to tell you. Like you want me to help you become good teachers, to equip you with certain tools, with certain techniques. You want me to give you some magic formula, how to teach, what to do, like the answer to all the questions that a teacher of English faces every day or every time he or she has to teach something. And I may try to give you something like that later, but today I will tell you the most important things I could ever tell you about teaching or English, about the most important things. And nothing I'm going to say anytime in the future will be as important as what I'm going to tell you today. Nothing. Absolutely. So but these things are not about practical things, like what to do and how to do things. It's about basic principles. Actually, it's like philosophy of English and teaching English, and I believe this is these are the fundamentals of everything. And I would like to start our today's introductory lecture with figuring out what our self-identities are. Who are you? That's my question. Who are you? When people ask me this question, I find it no problem to say, I'm a teacher of English. Then I found it a problem and started, actually first I called myself teacher of English, and then I thought, but I'm not exactly a teacher. Oh yes, I'm a preacher of English. So that's my self-identity. I identify myself as a preacher of English. I preach English. Okay, I think the correct answer to my question is yes. You are beginning, but still you are teachers of English. You want to be teachers of English. You want to teach people some English. So you're teachers of English, and it is right, but it's not enough. For me, it's not enough. Like, what do you, as teachers of English, have to do, or what is your role? What is your function? What are the things that you have to do as a part of your job that will help us understand the spiritual nature of this wonderful job? We have to explain, right? We have to give some material to the people, something to work with, something to try to understand, something to try to remember, some grammar rules, some maybe vocabulary, work with some texts, listen to something, watch some video, and so on and so forth. We have to make it interesting, we have to make it we have to motivate our students, and so on and so forth. And this is what we have to do, and it's true, but for me, it's not enough. I would never like to be that kind of a teacher. If teaching English or being a teacher of English was only about that, I'd be bored to death. It's so boring, really. It's so boring to well, I've been teaching English for 18 years. In March, I will have been teaching English for 18 years, started back in 1995, with 2 groups of adults. Yeah, absolutely. Like 2 groups, twice a week, teaching grammar to them. Free of charge, of course. I was studying at school at that time. Free of charge. So, and I've been teaching English for all my life. And I started studying English when I was 10, a long time ago. And I think it's boring, really, to teach present perfect 100th time. Or I don't know, explain the difference between present simple, present continuous, or work with this stack that you have worked with so many times. It's boring. So, without certain things that I find in my profession, I think it would be one of the most boring jobs in the world. It's just teacher of English. No, please don't do that. So when I ask my students to whether they want to be teachers, they always say, no, never, please, don't hate me. Please, why do you hate me that much? So, whatever, so that's an instinctive reaction. So people don't want to be teachers. But for me, teaching is not about that, explaining, giving, and everything. It's something more. And why is there more? Well, it comes from the subject that I'm teaching. If I had to teach mathematics, it would be only like that. If I had to teach, well, I don't know, well, even some sport. If I was a trainer, whatever, football, whatever, it would be only about that, just passing some knowledge on to people and helping them acquire some skills. But the subject is different. English. What is English? It's a language. Yeah. And what do people usually think about the language? The language is a subject, a discipline that contains some information inside with some, so there are some words inside the language, there are some rules in which you connect them, so you can learn all of these things and just have some practice, and then you have a language, you can communicate in this language. And it's true, but it's like, it's the same as saying, well, I am bones and muscles. Well, it's true, but really, like, I'm more than that. I'm not only a skeleton. I have a soul, and language has a soul, and the skeleton of the language is grammar. The muscles, the flesh of the language is vocabulary, absolutely, and the soul of the language is not a bad idea. I like it, but no, of course not. Sound, pronunciation. Pronunciation, the way the language sounds, it's the soul of the language, the melody of the language. But why do I love languages so much, and why do I love English so much? Because it is not a discipline with some information about it, and discipline that describes some part of life. No, it's not. It is life itself. Because English language, any language actually, it's the kind of discipline that is absolutely different from any other discipline in the world. Maybe something psychological stuff or spiritual stuff. Yeah, it will be. Those things can be deeper, but still, language is the foundation of any mental activity, of our consciousness. We cannot think without language. We cannot understand things without language. We cannot do anything without the language. We're stupid. We are animals without language. So, language is life. And for me, human being is like a what is it? You'll never guess. It's a block of flats. It's just an apartment building with different people living here in different parts of the building. Yeah? And so this block of flats, it has thousands of flats in there. Thousands. Really. They have, well, it has like English flat, it has Chinese flat, Arabic flat, Russian flat, and everything. And when we are born into a flat. we were born into this Russian flat here. So the life in this Russian flat is like if you walk around the building, see the way people live, you will see, understand that the life here is different from life here. Like the furniture is different, the order of things, even the food people eat, everything is different. So, and we are living here, and we are just, I don't know, we take all those things for granted, and we may love it and enjoy it, but still we are limited, because we are activating only, because this is a human nature. This is what I started with, it's a human nature. And I am activating only a part of this human nature. Well, of course I believe that when I'm a Russian, I'm activating like 30% of human nature. And when I am Arabic, or I don't know, I am whatever, Italian, Arabic, they said, yeah, an Arab or something, I'm activating like 10% of my human nature. So I think being Russian really is cool. But still, it's only a part. It's never everything, it's never a whole thing. And I am living only in this flat. But the whole building is mine. That's the thing. The whole building, can you imagine? Like you're living in your flat, but the whole building, thousands of flats around you, they are all yours. Only you can't live there because there are walls. Because there are walls and you can't get out. You can't travel to that English part or German part. You can't live there. So you have to, and they are not inhabited, by the way. Of course, because it's you and you live only here. So they are dark and cold. They are not. You have to break the walls and start living here and do some renovations. Yes, and make these things that were here yours. Make this area your own. Make this part of life that was not yours, make it yours. Start living there. Expand the territory, the living territory. And enrich yourself in that way. So, yeah, you live now in two worlds at the same time. You broke the wall between Russian and English, part of you. Because, well, I think we all heard about national character, that we're all different. Yeah, we were raised and born and raised in different cultures. That's why when I start learning a new language, what happens is that I start this very interesting process of spiritual immigration. Physically, I may stay where I am, in my native town or in my country, but mentally and spiritually, I may start living in a new world, and I can benefit from both of the worlds, and I can be richer, like I said, and I can anyway. When I am teaching English, I am not teaching some discipline. I am making sure that people become richer. They're, well, in terms of life experience, in terms of fun and pleasure, and maybe even some benefits, some practical benefits that they can get from things, from life around them. So I just make sure that as human beings, they are richer, they are bigger, they realize their potential more fully. So, for me, being a teacher, it's performing this spiritual mission of giving light to the world. I have come here on this planet to give life. I am not a source of life, of this light, no. But I'm a mirror. I'm a mirror. I try to make sure that I'm clean. I'm a clean mirror. And I reflect the light that falls on me, and I know where to stand for the light to fall on me, and I reflect it onto the people. And I give light to the people because, and I help them turn this darkness, this English darkness, they don't know what is happening there, yeah, into light. And my point is that English culture is it's one big bank, well, English world, it's one big bank into which for hundreds of years billions of people have been throwing their experiences, their thoughts, ideas, words, discoveries, inventions, creative things, the things they have created. So it's a huge, galaxy-wide bank with information. And, well, the same, of course, we have the same in Russian. We have our Russian bank with Cheburashka, Petrosyan, I don't know, Yaroslav Mudry, and all other people. They constitute our Russian culture. And I can live with them, I can communicate with them, I can get energy from this information, from these characters, from these people. But my point is that English culture is a bit richer. It's richer in a totally different way. We are rich enough, we have our spiritual things anyway. But there were more people speaking English. They thought more, they did more, they made more. Their heritage, the key word, yeah? The heritage of the English-speaking world is greater than the heritage of Russian-speaking world. At least in terms of quantity, for sure. Well, of course, nobody can match Dostoevsky. Yes, and we have our people, our characters. But so what else can I say? I think I made my point. Like 10 minutes ago, you've been just listening to me, knowing like what I want to say. And I know that it will be impossible for you to start feeling like that the first day you start teaching. It may come to you or it may not come to you anytime in the future. But if it does come, it will be much later, maybe several years later, when you have the experience. But it's so true. It is so true. Just being a mediocre teacher who just gives knowledge and makes sure that students are happy and they grow, it's just so boring, really. What is not boring is to give people light, to be an angel. To be an angel. Do you know who angels are? They are spirits sent in some, so people can see, visible spirits, usually in the form of people with wings, yeah, but so they come to us in light. They come and they bring light. But it's not their light, it's the light of, So whether you believe in that or not, it doesn't matter. They are kind of from heaven, yeah, but still they come to the earth. So we are somewhere between. We as angels giving light to the world. I'm not crazy, okay? I didn't drink anything, no drugs. I'm perfectly aware of what I'm saying, okay? I'm half provoking, half telling the truth, half joking, half everything, in part, of course. But it's still true. We are higher, we are bigger, we are greater. When I am in my class, I am